Welcome, agents, to this tactical explainer. Today, we're diving into the Division Dispatch Guide, and I'm breaking down exactly how you can dominate the latest event. Look, if you're tired of that slow progression and you really want to optimize your time on the ground, you are in the exact right place. Let's get to work. But before we officially deploy, I just have to take a quick second to celebrate a massive milestone with you all. We just hit 229 subscribers on the SHD network. Seriously, I am so incredibly grateful to every single one of you tuning in for these tactical breakdowns. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe so we can keep these efficiency-first briefings coming. Your support literally means everything, and it's what keeps us operating at peak performance. All right, let's look at our baseline for today. No slow missions, no wasted time. Slow grinding is dead, agents. The Dark Zone Surge event running during the Into the Dark season, it is absolutely the fastest season XP farm right now, period. If you want to stack exotic materials and event resources as fast as humanly possible, we gotta cut out the fluff. So here's our mission outline for today. We'll cover the Dark Zone Surge, go over pre-deployment and loadout prep, break down landmarks, chests, and hunters, map out an efficient circular route, and finally look at those sweet direct-to-inventory loot mechanics. Starting with Section 1, the Dark Zone Surge, the fastest season XP farm. Moving right into Section 2, pre-deployment and loadout prep, because you've got to gear up before you drop in. You see, the Surge event is this rapid-fire environment perfectly designed to skyrocket your season XP. But to actually take advantage of it, you can't just wander in blind. Pre-deployment prep is exactly what separates a highly successful farming run from a frustrating, inefficient mess. According to the dispatch, there are a few absolute non-negotiables here. First up, stock up on DZ keys. Why? Because every single key opens more loot during the surge. Second, you need to choose one single checkpoint to be your home base for the entire session. This keeps you pushing forward instead of constantly backtracking. Specifically, the guide heavily recommends DZ South. Choosing DZ South sets up this incredibly clean, non-stop farming loop right from the get-go, because it's packed with several one-key chests clustered super close together. Now, the core strategy for your gear really emphasizes keeping you alive first and pushing your DPS second. When we look at the loadout tips, it is all about sustained engagement. You're going to want an assault rifle or an LMG build for that reliable, sustained damage output, but pay close attention to the rest of these requirements. Armor Regen to keep you topped up between firefights, bonus armor for pure raw survivability, and protection from elites. The guide explicitly warns us here, Surge NPCs hit hard. I mean, they absolutely do not pull their punches, so your build needs to be able to take a serious beating. And that brings us to this brilliantly simple quote that basically illustrates our entire core doctrine today. A dead agent farms nothing. It's incredibly straightforward, right? You could literally have the absolute highest damage per second build on the server, but if those elite Surge NPCs are constantly dropping you on the pavement, your efficiency just plummets to zero. Raw survivability is the only thing that keeps your farming loop going smoothly. Section 3, landmarks, chests, and hunters. Time to talk about executing the field operations. So now that your loadout is totally optimized and you're actually built to survive, you really need to intimately understand your targets because they serve very different purposes for your progression. Landmarks, those are your main farm. They're your primary source for massive season XP payouts and top-tier loot. Chests, on the flip side, are the bonus you should never ever skip. They provide those critical sample canisters and specific event resources stacked right on top of your standard loot. To maximize all of this, you have some strict rules of engagement. Focus on clearing every single landmark you stumble across. Open every single chest along the way between those landmarks. If hunters show up, you engage them immediately. And above all else, you have to keep your activity completion fast. Fast activity chains are what yield those absolutely massive XP gains. You're basically creating this relentless, unstoppable rhythm of combat and looting. Which brings us to Section 4, the efficient circular route. Stop wandering, start looping. Having rules of engagement doesn't mean much if your navigation is all over the place. Randomly wandering the DZ just wastes your most valuable resource, which is time. So we are implementing a strict looping protocol. Memorize this exact tactical path. Step 1, start at your designated checkpoint. Again, preferably down in DZ South. Step 2, clear the nearest landmark immediately. Step 3, sweep any chests on your way to the very next landmark. And Step 4, loop right back through that DZ South one-key chest cluster we talked about earlier. You simply repeat this circular pattern all across the map. It completely eliminates downtime, stops you from running in zigzags, and keeps your momentum totally unbroken. Moving to Section 5, direct-to-inventory loot mechanics, or why this farm is S-tier. So why exactly does the dispatch classify this as an S-tier farm? Well, it comes down to a combo of massive buffs that fundamentally change the traditional, high-anxiety Dark Zone experience we're all used to. Clearing landmarks alone is currently worth what used to take entire, full sessions of XP farming. On top of that, the drops from chests have been noticeably improved specifically for this event. By utilizing that circular route we just mapped out, your downtime is virtually non-existent. And the best part? All of this is entirely stackable with any other weekly season progress you might be chasing. These factors alone make this the most efficient Dark Zone farming method available right now. But there is one final detail that makes it truly unparalleled. Zero extraction required. Just take a second and really appreciate that. If you've spent any time at all in the Dark Zone, you know the pure anxiety of calling in an extraction helicopter. It broadcasts your location to everyone, it invites rogue agents, and it completely halts your farming momentum. But during this surge, the guide explicitly notes that most event resources go directly into your inventory. This means you can farm relentlessly for hours if you want, without constantly calling in choppers and exposing your position. It is a total game changer. Which leads right into your final operational directive, Agent. Farm smart, stay moving, keep clearing landmarks. The dispatch reminds us not to feel pressured to extract everything you pick up. Don't let extraction anxiety slow you down when your main focus should just be moving forward and clearing the next objective. That direct-to-inventory mechanic is your best friend here. Lean on it to maintain your speed. As we wrap up this tactical briefing, I want to leave you with one final question to think about. How will you deploy your massive influx of exotic materials and season XP? With the pure efficiency of the Dark Zone surge, grabbing those DZ keys, running the circular route, and utilizing those incredible direct-to-inventory mechanics, your resources are about to seriously overflow. So figure out exactly what gear you're going to upgrade as you gear up, drop in, and execute this loop to absolute perfection. Good luck out there, agents. Dismissed.